Hello, Grand Rising. Grand Rising. How's everybody this morning? It's almost supposed to be 70, I think 69 or 70 degrees today. And tomorrow and Thursday. Then I think it goes back in the cold. And then they're talking about some snow might be coming when the pagan holiday comes. So I don't need no big furry hat today or no leather hat today or big coat. I'm going outside with my jacket on because I already went out there and it's warm. I'll tell you, Georgia's bipolar weather. But you got to maintain some type of jacket or something. You know, I'm going to bring my light leather brown coat just in case it start getting cold, a little cold later. I could just throw that little jacket on top of this. Let me put my glasses on so I could see y'all. I did not know they look all pointy like this. This is my first time wearing these, and I've had these since the summer months because it's a funny color. Hey, brother Devontae. Hey, Rose. Hello, sister Alicia. Hello, sister Marcus. I mean, brother Marcus. Excuse me. Baruch to you too. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Yolanda, Estelle, Ken. Hi, Miss Tia. Who's that? Joshua? Hey. Somebody say, hey, Apostle. Nikki. Why you all up in my business? Why you want to know if I have a husband? She in my business, y'all. No, I am a widow, but I will have another husband very soon. But that ain't none of your business. Okay? You think goodness for nice, but yeah. At least what is it till Friday, Rose? I think. Hello, Jocelyn. Cute little Jocelyn. She's so tiny and cute, y'all. She got what, 4 kids, 5 kids? I'm like, where did they come from? Oh yeah, thank you. I should, you know what? I got so used to wearing the hats, right? I didn't have to put a covering on, right? And so I totally didn't even think about it. Because, you know, when you wear the hats, that's a cover. So I have been putting the hats on for what, the past 2-3 weeks. So I totally forgot about this. So thank you, whoever that was. Baruch to you. All right, so let's get these. Look, y'all like my cup? I got it from TikTok. I got Pat one too, but hers a little different. It was $5 or $10. And Pat's don't have a chain, but mine's got a chain. Like it? And it has the silver lining with the silver straw. This is the best kind of straw, silver straw, especially if you're drinking apple cider vinegar with water. This keeps the acidic in the apple cider vinegar from getting in your teeth. And silver straws are the best straws. You can go to eBay and buy them. You can go to Amazon and buy them. Don't mess with the plastic straws or the what do you call it, wooden straws. These are the best. You have to clean them though. Like every other day, you know, you rinse them out in the inside because you know your saliva's getting in and out. And every other day, I rinse this out. You know. But this kind of cup will last you a long time. I think it's in my TikTok shop. Go look at my TikTok shop. The one that I have and the one that I got Pat. She was like, where's my chain? I was like, they don't have any more like that one. That was the last one. They said this one was the last one. So I had to search for something else for her. Because I knew once she see it, she was gonna want one. So I gave her a nice one like this, but it just didn't have a chain in it. Thank you. Thank you. When you have ringing in your ear, that's the enemy trying to connect his kinetic demonic energy. So you have to cancel it. You have to say, I do not accept you trying to hook your kinetic demonic energy in me. Because if they can hook it in you, all kinds of negativity will come to you. So, and when people hear ringing in their ear like that, it's mostly people who are children of the Most High, and even a lot of children of the Most High don't hear it. It's more so. I'm not saying anybody's more special, but I'm just saying if you are a person that experienced the ringing in the ear at times and you're a sold out child for God, that means you're probably a chosen one. Like, I mean, the Bible says everyone is chosen, but few, I mean, everyone is called, but few are chosen. And the reason for that is because God calls us all to be chosen, but a lot of us, I mean, not us, a lot of people do not want to be chosen children. So mostly the time, the ones that decided to be chosen and agree with God, those are the ones that get the ringing in their ear. Because I still get it every blue moon. I used to get it all the time. And then Daddy told me to start canceling it. And he told me what it was. So every blue moon, it like a couple of days ago, I heard it starting in my ear and I went all in and was praying and it stopped immediately. That's how I know it's from the enemy. Because I prayed, I said, um, this genetic demonic energy will not put its hooks in me. It will not bring negativity in me or in my life. It will not bring me from a high frequency to a low frequency. And I cancel it with the blood of Shemashiach and the fire of the Holy Spirit. And I seal my ears up so it can't come back. But every now and again, it'll break through. And you just pray that. And it'll go right away. That's how you know it's not God. And what they doing is it's also they also telling on themselves because they're letting you know that your frequency is high in God and they're trying to bring you down to a low velocity and validity frequency. Like every morning when you get up and you pray, you should say, Father, I thank you that I'm in your validity and velocity and high frequencies in you and Yeshua's name. And so this is how you know you're getting higher in frequencies with God, because they'll bring that ringing in the ear. They'll look and they'll be like, wow, she or he's getting kind of high. We gotta bring him low. And if you don't know what that ringing is and you don't do nothing about it, you'll start having negative impacts in your life because of the genetic demonic frequencies. And you won't know why, and you won't know where it's coming from. So that's why it's good when you hear it, cancel it. And anyway, when you wake up in the morning, you should be canceling any negative effects. You should be asking God to go before you and destroy all negative effects spiritually and physically from the east, south, north, and west of the universe, of the spiritual realm, and of the heavens where they operate, in the atmosphere, in the physical realm, and even from underground, because there are cities and places under the ground. You got the nether world, the world of the dead under there. You got people living under there. Like we live up here. All kinds of craziness is under the ground. So you should be doing that in the mornings anyway. In Yeshua's name. All right, so let me do this real quick. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all some words first, right? Okay, who that? Oh, my sister Shelly. Okay, Shelly, I gotta look at it after I get off of here. All right. So I saw a hurricane coming to Idaho. I'm like, a hurricane. But remember, the past 2 years, I had seen hurricanes coming in December, January, and February. And boy, did they last year and the year before and this year. So, I mean, not hurricanes, I meant tornadoes. But I saw, I'm sorry, I did not mean to say hurricane. I meant to say tornadoes coming to Idaho. But I did see hurricanes coming. I told y'all that before. So that's probably in 2025. And they're going to be devastating, right? But I saw tornadoes coming to Idaho. And y'all remember the ship I told you they was gonna find in the sea with bombs? Well, they found it. I think it was it Iran or something? But we're gonna hear about another ship. It's gonna be like a mothership, and it's gonna it's gonna be carrying. It might even be like an alien mothership we may see come out of the water. But I believe it's gonna be two. I think it's going to be an alien mothership come out the water. People are going to actually see it like they've been seeing. And I told y'all 5 years ago, we were going to start seeing all of these things in the sky. I told y'all that, right? So somewhere along the line here in this country, or maybe another country, they're going to see a mothership, like a big ship, right? It's going to come out the water, but they're going to see it in the sky, right? And then there's going to be another ship in the water that's going to be captured. It's going to be like an enemy ship against this country, but it's going to be captured, right? So thank God for that. Burger King in 2025 is going to have severe problems. I literally saw, you know how they're finding human meat in McDonald's, they're saying? Where they're going to be finding something out about Burger King, and it's going to scatter Burger King. So Burger King is on the chopping block next. First it was Mickey D's, and people still eating there. I would never eat there. They said it on the news what they burgers was made out. You still eating that there, and you still giving your kids that garbage. Shame on you. But Burger King is next. Burger King and Chipotle's, I saw both of them. Now, I think Chipotle might be having little issues now, but next year in 2025 and 2026, Burger King and Chipotle, we're going to be hearing a lot about them like McDonald's. Watch. Okay, I said this last night on TikTok. I didn't put the video on here because it was only 45 minutes, so I was able to put it on TikTok. So if you missed it, you can go to my TikTok. But God had took me all the way back. I don't know. Some of y'all probably wasn't even born when this happened, but I was here. And they were called the Atlanta child murderers. And and God showed me the man, but I can't remember his name. And I was supposed to go look it up, but I didn't do it. So pray for the children of Atlanta, because God showed me a serial killer rising up in Atlanta. He also showed me a serial killer rising up in Atlanta for missing women. So if we don't start praying now, when next year comes, we're going to start hearing about women being missing in Atlanta, and it's going to be a serial killer and children. And he took me all the way back. I think it was like 25 years ago when that man was killing all them kids. And he took me all the way back, and he told me that was coming back. So he said, if we start praying about it now, heavily, and pray that people come to repentance so that children won't get hurt, and that women stop being so loose and acting like, like it says in the book of Proverbs, then God maybe could preempt it and stop it. But if not, it's going to happen. So pray. All right. Blue Shield and Blue Cross Insurance Company, I used to work for them. Like I worked for them for 3 times, 3 different jobs, temp jobs, long term. They're gonna be having problems. In my book, prophecies from 2012 to 2022 or 24, something like that, I said in there that I saw insurance companies going belly up, and we're starting to see that. And I said, especially when it comes to these storms and stuff. And in Florida, a lot of insurance companies have left, right? So Blue Shield, Blue Cross, the Lord showed me they're going to have issues next year too. Blue Shield, Blue Cross. It's going to have something to do with them not being able to pay out high claims and stuff like that. And it's going to be other stuff they're going to have an issue with. So you'll be hearing about Blue Shield, Blue Cross. Okay. God himself, Yeshua, he's going to be manifesting in places in 2025. Like you're going to hear about it in Arizona, Texas, California, New York, different places. He's going to be manifesting himself. I don't know how We're going to hear about it. I don't know how we're going to know it's him, but he's going to start manifesting himself. Like people are going to actually know it's the Messiah. I mean, he may manifest as his own self. He may manifest in a camouflage as someone else because he does that. And I've seen him do that. But people are going to know it's him. It's not going to be the fake Jesus that they put in the sky. What do they call those things? Like they did with Michael Jackson. I forget. But it's not going to be those kind of things. It's like they're going to know that it's the true Messiah. They're going to know it's him. And when he manifests in these places are going to be never the same again. So let's say he manifests somewhere in Georgia. Let's say Marietta or something. You know, the people in that area that saw him will never be the same. So he's going to be manifesting himself quite a bit next year. And he even, okay, this was something like I woke up one time, but I was in the spirit room, but I woke up in my own house and he was standing right there just looking at me and watching me, and he smiled at me. That's what's going to be happening to people. It could start now into next year, but some people, could be some of y'all, are going to wake up in the spiritual realm. You're going to be in your house, but in the spiritual realm, you're going to wake up, he's going to be standing right there. He even showed me where he's going to be snatching demons, because I had a vision and I didn't know that this entity was in my bloodline, right? I didn't know it. I had never even heard of this type of entity. And one time I was in the spirit room and I woke up and he was there, and his hand literally went inside of my chest and snatched it out. And he had it in his hand, and it was like a little imp. It just a little imp, but it was ugly and it was hideous. Huh? And he had it in his hand, and the thing was shaking like beyond a leaf, because it knew he was about to devour it and destroy it. So he pulled it out my chest and he showed it to me so I could see what it was. And he told me what it was, and I was shocked. I was like, I didn't even know that was in my bloodline. And when he snatched it out my chest and he showed it to me and he was talking to me, as soon as he finished talking to me, he took off like lightning. I mean, he was there one second and gone in that. He took that thing. And if I could describe the fear of that little imp that he snatched out of my chest, probably has something to do with those blood clots, because he told me those were sent, although I was standing too much doing those products, right? Because I had an open door, which was like gluttony, so I don't have that no more, praise God, right? But if you would have seen the fear in that demon's eyes, like I've never seen fear like that before. It knew it was finished. And because he took it out of my chest, he took it out of my bloodline. So you got to understand something. When God delivers us of generational demons and generational curses, even if he just takes it out of you, he takes it out of the entire bloodline. So what happens is people in your family, he gives them a grace period to get delivered. If they don't get delivered in a certain time of that grace period, that demon will come back in their bloodline after you. So if you got kids and he give them a grace period and they don't want to get right, then it's going to come back, because it has every legal right to come back. But it's going to be in their bloodline part, their descendant, not yours anymore. So that's how it works. So when he casts stuff out of you, he's most likely casting out generational demons and imps, and it gives the other family members a grace period to get delivered. And then if they don't by that time, they will come back. The Bible says that, and they will come back worse on that next generation. That's why you see kids, you can't trust your family members. The man shot his sister in the head and killed her over a house. You can't trust your family anymore. You can't let people be living with you no more. Because I was talking to God. I was like, God, this is a different breed of humans. They different from 5 years ago. And I know it got a lot to do with the you know what, right? But it's other stuff too, because y'all remember 2018, I had that vision. I saw the spirit of hate, maliciousness, all kinds of gooky stuff coming down, getting in people, right? And I was talking to Daddy, and I was like, Daddy, these people in these past 4 or 5 years, these are not the same humans that we had before the you know what came. I said, these is a different breed of people, and I know why they that way, because of the you know what, right? And I said, you can't trust people. You can't even trust your own family members. They will be the first ones to off you if they get a chance, because they full of demons, and they got the contracts of murder and untimely death and Green Reaper spirit in them for you. And if you are a child of the Most High, then you decided to be chosen. You know, every chosen person's destiny is different. Some is bigger than others, whatever. But if you choose to be with God and you sell out for God, then that means you chose to be chosen. You have to be very careful with your life. You have to be very careful with your life in this day, because Yadabaoth will use anybody to kill you. He will use anybody to entrap you. He will use anybody to wrap his snakes around you. He will use anybody to hurt you, put you out of commission, disable you, mess you up mentally. He will use anybody to get you out of the will of God, or to take your life. And if he can't take your life, he will mess you up to the point where you can't do anything for God. So you have to hold your life very dear for the rest of your life that you're on this planet. You have to carry your life. And if you got kids that's acting a fool, they out their mind, that mean they got the Leviathan spirit. Seem like they out their mind, but they not. They got the Leviathan spirit. You be like, yo, they just cursed me out, and I told them I ain't doing this no more. But here they coming back, asking me to do something wrong. What's wrong with them? Leviathan. Because that spirit's trying to get a connection to you again, a covenant with you, to drain you. And let's say they mess up, they rent or whatever, and they get homeless, and they got other places to go, but they want to come to you. Recommend they go to the other places, because you already see the evilness in them. You already see the anger problems in them. You already see the demons in them. So if you let them in your house to live and they've been there 30 days or more, you got to evict them. And the eviction system is slow right now. And even if they've been in your house for 2 weeks, you got to call the cops to get them out. And you don't know what they may do to you. You don't know what they may do to you. Kill you. You don't know. These people are not the people from 5 years ago. Our kids and stuff are not the kids from 5 years ago. Your husband, your wife, if they ain't got saved by Christ, they ain't the same people. The only reason why you and I is the same, because we got saved by Christ. We chose Christ. If people are not in Christ, you cannot trust them. This is some real talk. If they are not in Christ, if they are not serving Yeshua, the Ruach in God, and they want no parts of God, then you should not have no parts with them, because you can't trust them. God told me the mind of man is like mush. He said the mind of man is like mush. Anybody that's not in him, their minds are like mush. They could snap at any given time. You see how these men killing women because they leaving them? The man down here and another man in Tennessee took the ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, whatever, and the kids out, tricked them and killed the whole family. Look at the girl. She I don't know how she got a $4 million loan. She must come from a rich background, but she got a $4 million loan for her boyfriend to start his business. She gave him that money. He dumped her butt, went and got another woman, married her, and had a baby. Do you know she killed the whole family? Killed him, the child, and the new wife? Because he would not repay the $4 million. I said, who gets a loan like that? Daddy said, a rich person. And she going to jail. They had her on trial the other day. She lost it. She just did it like last year. She lost it, y'all. Wiped the whole family out. First of all, I ain't getting no loan for no man. If it ain't a ring on it, It ain't happening. And even then, you're going to have to sign a document. If you promise to pay me back this $4 million, then I get it to you. If not, you ain't getting it. That way, when he don't pay back, you sue him and get whatever you can get out of his butt. You don't give somebody money, $4 million with no contract or nothing, no green contract or nothing. Excuse me. And now she gonna be in jail for the rest of her life. Pretty young girl too. For the rest of her life. And now he dead and gone. And his family going to enjoy his business and whatever money's left. People are like snapping. It used to be a show called Snap. People are snapping. And these are not the same people we were dealing with 5 years ago. This is a new breed of people. And then we had so many shifts. A lot of people have been left in the third dimension, the fourth dimension, and the fifth dimension. And we're going into the sixth dimension. So people have been left in these different dimensions. And then you know how you ain't seen somebody that you went to school with in 20 years. Or you see an ex-boyfriend, your ex-husband, and you ain't seen them in 20 years, and all of a sudden they pop up. That's because they came out, they brought that dimension to you. You could be in the sixth dimension, and here they come, they done brought that fifth dimension. And if you stay in touch with them, renew with them, be friends with them, guess what? They will take you back to the fifth dimension. And you will lose everything that you're supposed to have in the sixth dimension. You will lose it. These things are true. Let me tell you something. There's people that are married with kids and they will wake up and have no husband and no kids. That's because they was either taken forward or taken back before they got the kids. And they can't find their way, and husband or wife, they cannot find their way back to that dimension. Do you know how many people that happened to? It's true stories on TikTok. It's true stories on YouTube and Instagram about it. But I knew about it back in 2014. So that's why you got to pray and be like, Father, don't let me shift into the wrong dimension. Don't let me go forward before my time, and definitely don't let me go backwards. I want to stay in this dimension that you have me in, so I could do what I'm supposed to do for you in Yeshua's name. The enemy can do that. He can put you forward or he'll put you backwards. And your memory is just as good. You remember your husband. You remember your kids. You might even be able to find them in the dimension he put you back in, but they may be married to somebody else. The kids may be grown, or the kids may never came. And then you stuck in that dimension backwards and forward, and you just got to make a life for yourself. This is crazy out here, man. Let me tell you something. I keep telling y'all, life is spiritual. It is not physical. Although the devil try to make you think it. Life is spiritual. If you understand that everything you do in your life is spiritual, then you'll have a better understanding. What's co-worker? I don't know what that is. Don't eat from. Yeah, don't. Back in the day, when y'all used to have them little pagan parties, and on my job, a lot of my jobs, they would feed us breakfast. You pray over it, but they would feed us. I wouldn't need anything from anywhere now. Somebody invite me to a party, and I would, and if it's a kind of party like a godly party or something, and I ask God and he say go, and then if I ask him, should I eat the food? He say, yeah, but just pray over it. I'm good. But if he say no, don't go. If he say go because I got assignment there for you, but don't eat the food, I'll make sure I eat before I go there. Like Marcus Rogers said, when he was at Daystar, he ain't eat. He said it was awkward for him because wherever they was in there, because he didn't want nothing from her. He flew everything, right? And he sat right there while everybody was eating. Oh, and that's another thing. Didn't I tell you he was going to have heavy backlash? Oh my goodness. The Lord said it, but I did not know he was going to have such a brutal backlash to the point where he had to take the videos down. They was calling him a traitor. Well, it kind of did look like he was betraying Jonathan and Susie, but in a sense he wasn't. He was just trying to get, like I said before, he was just trying to get, I'm not taking up for him, but he was just trying to get both sides of the story. Because one thing he did say was, and it's true, if you're going to get involved with two sides of a story, right? You need to hear two sides. You can't just hear the first side and settle. You got to go hear the second side. So that's what he did, but he shouldn't have never got involved with it, because one thing, you don't get involved with family matters. If you're not in that family and you're not some type of professional counselor or some type of special trained coach that deals in family relationships, like I have certificates in that, right? You should stay far away from it, because what could happen is the backlash like he got, they could turn on him. You know what I mean? And you don't make moves unless God tell you to get, because people be asking me all the time, can I couple counsel him? And then I'll ask God and he'll say yes or no. And there was this couple, they didn't get married. They get married, but he didn't want me to coach the female. He allowed me to coach the male, but I had to be truthful and tell them that God told me not to coach the female. And I found out why later. She has corrupted the man that I coach. He was on his way to Christ and everything. She done corrupt him. He was celibate and everything. Now they they engaged, but they ain't married yet. And she has just corrupt him. And I was like, God, that's why you told me not to talk to her. and he told me, pray for the man that he'll come back. And like, they were supposed to get married, like, I don't know, like 8 months ago. And I don't know. So I just pray for him, because every couple is not meant to be counseled by me. You know what I mean? Like I had somebody in my Patreon, my brother asked me to coach him and his wife in the future. And I say, yeah, I will do that. Cause I know them well. I've known them for since 2015. Right. But God won't let me coach all couples, and he definitely won't let me coach people, all people, because a lot of people be asking me for personal coaching. They're like, I'll pay you $100, whatever. And then I'll be like, nope. Because God tell me, no. You know how much money I can make with all the certificates I have? Money don't move me. The Lord moves me, but money don't move me. And anything I need, God will take care of me. But I can have a lot of money right now if I decide to start doing the personal coaching and relationship coaching. But that's not what God wants me to do right now. In the future, I'm going to be doing it more, especially when I get like an office, or my church. And then I'm going to be doing group stuff, and I'll be doing some individual stuff here and there, because I'll have an office or church with an office in it. Right. But right now, I'm only doing my coaching on Patreon. And 2 people I'm going to ask to leave after January. And then it's already 1 person, that's Lauren. And then I'll have an opening for another one. Because I don't want to go past 11 people, because when I get off of the coaching, it's draining, because you're giving them 10 minutes and you're listening. Like one young lady was on the coaching this past Saturday, and I had to get demons out of her. And the demons didn't see me coming. They did not see me coming. And she was the last person, because I was going to go to her because she was like the 6th or 7th caller, but God said, save her for last. Like actually Serena was under her. And I took Serena first, because the Lord told me to save her for last, and I didn't know why. And then when I was casting out them demons, oh my goodness, I was like, that's why you had me do her last, and Daddy said they didn't see you coming. I said, I know they didn't see you coming. So sometimes on that coaching, that stuff like that can happen, and it could be very draining, like when you do like my conferences, I was good, Daddy gave me back all my energy, but conferences can be very draining too when you have 50, 60 or more people. They could be draining too, and you have to consecrate yourself. You have to fast about 4 or 5 days prior to it. You got to be prepared for any and everything. And still then afterwards, you sit down in quiet time with God, and you got to let him refill you. When I come off of these lives and stuff like that, even when I do 10, 15-minute videos, upload them, he has to replenish you, because I don't know what it is. Preaching, teaching, prophesying, praying, casting out demons, it's a lot of energy. You use a lot of energy. And if you don't ask God or let him replenish you, you yourself could get very weak, and you could get to the point where you don't want to pray, don't want to preach anymore. That's why you got a lot of preachers. They left the ministry. They don't want to preach anymore. You got a lot of prophets. They don't want to open their mouth no more. You got dream interpreters, seers. They don't want to say nothing because they don't want to experience what they will have to go through with the body of Christ. So they don't do nothing. But you can go to fire for not doing your gifting, and I ain't trying to go there. So what I do is I'm consistent, but I don't come on every day. I could if I want to. Back in the day, I used to come on a lot, maybe 4 or 5 times in a week, but I had to stop doing that because the attacks was atrocious. And then I was casting out all these demons, crazy. And Daddy was like, "You are not the type that I called to be coming on those social medias every day like that." He told me, he said, I was not the type to be coming on these social medias every day. He said a couple of times a week, 2-3 times a week is what he wanted me to do. And he told me that back in 2020. And I told y'all wasn't going to see me like y'all used to. And it started at the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. People was like, "Apostle, you don't come out like you used to. You used to do Facebook and YouTube at the same time. You used to do Pascal." And I was like, I told y'all God was going to change me. So y'all only going to see me 2-3 times a week. You may see me 2 times here. You might see me on TikTok once, twice if I'm in a good mood. Facebook, who knows when you will see me. Instagram, who knows when you will see me. But you will see me. You will know I'm still here. You will know I'm still relevant. Now when I get out there and start preaching different places, you'll see me. Maybe if I get a church back home and anybody want to come there, you'll see me once a week, and you'll still see me when I'm traveling and doing stuff. And when I get married, you'll still see me. But it'll be like this, because he says everybody is not meant to come on social media every day. Like some people are meant to do it, but everybody's not meant to do that. God will preserve you and only allow you to come out a certain amount of time, and that's it. Everybody's not meant to be on social media every day. You're just not. So you can't get upset when a person don't come on all the time. There's a lot of us out here that don't come on these social medias every day. Then there's a lot that do come on every day because that's what God appointed them to do. Some of you got channels, and some of y'all not meant to come on every day, and some of y'all may be meant to come on every day or 5-6 times a week. Ooh, thank you. Who gave me that? Bit Bersher. Ooh, bless your heart, honey. Bless your heart. What do you call these monies again? Super chat money, right? Because I got 3 last time. I was like, praise the Lord. Bless you. Put some more up there, y'all. Put some more super chats. I think they said I get like 60 or 70% because they take out fees and taxes. So 60-70% is not bad. Right? All right, so I told y'all that. Okay, so a lot of sudden deaths are going to happen in 2025. Then I told y'all that 2022, 23, 24, we was going to see a lot of untimely sudden deaths, and we have, especially this year. But it's going into 2025. A lot of sudden deaths in 2025. So you need to be praying over your family members and asking God to give them extensions on their lives in case the devil is coming for them, to give them however he wants. Don't put like, give them 4 or 5 years. He might want to give them 8, that are sinners. Ask God to put extensions on their lives, right? Also, Dollar General, we're going to be hearing financial problems about Dollar General in 2025. Dollar General. Then the Lord said the spirit of depression is going to be on the rise, and ovarian cancer and cancer. And I'm starting to hear from a lot of people, their family members is catching cancer and stuff. So y'all need to start praying over your bloodlines and your family members that's not living right, that these cancers won't be catching them. And the severe depression won't be catching people because it's very severe. And I told y'all 3 years ago, God said suicide was going to be on the rise. And next year, people, we got to pray, not just for our family, but for people in general. All right. And then the Lord told me that next year the Kardashians, what's their name? You know the Kardashians, the one that was married to Kanye West. We're going to be hearing a lot about them in the news, a lot of trouble. But I heard somebody say that she brought TikTok. I'm not sure. And that prophecy about TikTok came to pass. The Lord told me that they was going to file for an injunction, and they did it yesterday. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. Right? So we're going to be hearing a lot of bad things about the Kardashians. You know, even if she did buy TikTok. Then the Lord said, remember I kept telling y'all a couple of months ago that they was going to try and bring a Michael Jackson back? Well, we're going to be hearing something about Michael Jackson in 2025. I said, Daddy, he would be about 61, 62. Because the Lord showed me an image of a man that looked like Michael Jackson. He had on a white suit with a black silky shirt. And he had that white hat that Michael be wearing. And he had a black cane. He had on black shoes. Black socks and white shoes. And some white man, I don't know who he was interviewing this man that was supposed to be Michael Jackson. And he was talking about how he faked his death. That's not the real Michael Jackson, because y'all know I saw Michael Jackson come up out of hell in 2018, 2019. He came literally up out of hell, and he told me he was trying to make it to God, but they wouldn't let him. Y'all remember that vision? It was a powerful vision. He came up out of hell, and there was all this wind blowing around him, and he had on this white beater and that white shirt that he would wear, and he was like those high water pants with white socks. And he told me, he said he tried to come back to God, but they wouldn't let him. Yes, I saw him come out of hell, and then he went right back. And that was in 2018. So whoever this Michael Jackson that I saw in the vision, that's not the real Michael, but he gonna look just like him. He ain't even gonna look like he aged, because Janet Jackson is what, 58, 59, and Michael had to be 3 to 5 years older than her, right? And Latoya, she got to be at least 65, 66, because she was 4 or 5 years older than Michael. But this Michael Jackson looked just like the original Michael. I'm telling you, flawless. So if he comes back like Tupac came back. Oh, thank you from the EU. Like Tupac came back. He was on stage with Snoop Dogg, holding his hand like Tupac and everything. Sound just like Tupac. Look just like Tupac. Just got the dreads, right? So Tupac probably is dead too. And they I don't know why they bringing these people back. I don't know. So I don't know why they would bring a Michael Jackson back, but I saw it in a vision. And the man was talking to him, and he said he had to fake his death. Yes, he did. I'm like, Daddy, they gonna fool people because they gonna believe it's Michael. And the Lord said, yes, they are. But I asked him why they bringing these people back. He didn't tell me. And usually when he does that, I will find out later, So I'm assuming it may be in 2025. It could be 2026, 2027 when it happens. But I saw him. Right? Jared Kushner, which is Donald Trump's son-in-law, married to, is her name Bianca? He is going to be in contract with some type of RFD chip maker. And God gave me the word Lucen, Lucen. And I was supposed to look up and see if it exists, this Lucen technology company. Let's do it now and see. Hold on. Is there such thing as a Lucen technology company? Ooh, it is. Okay. It's Lucen, Lucent. I spelled it Lucen. Technology hold on. It says was an American telecommunication company that was acquired by Alcatel in 2006 and renamed Alcatel-Lucent. Okay, so it still has the name Lucent. Okay, because I saw Lucen. Wow. So this company is spelled Alcatel. And it took over Lucent Technology in 2006. And it was founded by the former AT&T Technology Business Unit, which include Western Electric and Bell Labs. Lucent's designed and built networks, communication systems, telephones, and other stuff. Okay, well, we're going to hear about Jared Kushner getting involved. It's not called Lucent anymore. It's called something Lucent. Technology for RDF chips. They already made them, but I guess, I guess they're going to, change them. I don't know. But we're going to hear about him getting involved in that. And then the Lord told me there was a solar flash that could come on the earth, and it will change that light. It will change the life on earth. So I asked him, should we just pray and cancel it? So God said to just pray to him and ask him to destroy this solar flash, because it's going to be the biggest solar flash we've ever seen in our existence. So that's probably why it's going to change life on earth. So God said we should pray and ask him to destroy this solar flare that they're going to try and send on the earth, because a lot of solar flares are man-made and some aren't. So the Lord said that we could pray against it. All right. And then the Lord gave me this disease that's going to be on the rise. It's called dissociative, I'll spell it DISSOCIATIVE, identity order will be on the rise. Dissociative identity order. So it's something, let's look it up. Hold on. Before I say what it is. Excuse me. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna read it what Google said. Dissociative identity disorder is called DID, is known as multiple personality disorders. DID is a serious mental health condition that involves the coexistence of multiple personality states with the same person, or people with DID may experience a feeling of disconnection from their thoughts, memories, feelings, or sense of self, switching identities. The person may feel like they have two or more people living inside of them. That's demons in their head, or they're possessed by other entities. It actually says entities. What? And identities. The person may experience memory lapse or have extensive amnesia for important personal information. Confused, wondering. It also say DID is often associated with prolonged trauma in childhood or in life, such as chronic childhood abuse and any kind of abuse. People with DID may also experience other psychotic problems, including depression, mood swings, suicidal tendencies, anxiousness, and panic attack. Now, I never heard of this kind of disease, and I used to work for mental health. I mean, I heard of all kinds of stuff, but I never ever heard of this. And God said it is clear as day. So you know what? A lot of people may be experiencing it now and don't even know it. That's why they're killing people. You know, they just losing it and killing their spouse and fiance or ex-spouse and kids. Like the woman on the highway a couple of months ago here in Georgia, she threw the 4-year-old son where the alligators are in the water, and they found him and he was dead. And then the little 1-year-old, she threw him on the side of the road down here, And he stayed there for 2 days, and it rained and everything. God kept the baby alive. He's still alive. He's one. And they was interviewing her on the news yesterday because I think she might have got a long time in prison. And they asked her, and she said it just as sweet and innocent. They said, did you kill your 4-year-old son? She said, yes, I did. She said, I was high. I was on drugs. Yes, she did. I'm like, wow. And God kept that baby alive 2 days on the side of the road in bad weather. He alive today. But the 4-year-old got caught by crocodiles. So, whatever drug she was on, they had to be some loosened, heavy, dissociative stuff in them, right? So, guys, y'all need to pray against this disease, this dissociative identity, because people going to be going bonkers next year. They already going bonkers. So y'all need to pray and ask God to cancel this spirit out and deal with the people that have it, protect you and your family from it. Anybody in your family, anybody your neighbors, protect you. Don't let you get angry. Don't let you get no fights, no nothing. Because people that have this type of disorder, you don't know what they will do to you. And then pray for them to get delivered, because they may off themselves, and they hear voices in their head, and it's like a schizophrenia. I think they just changed it, because when I was working in mental health, we dealt with schizophrenia people, and that sounds like schizophrenia because they had multiple personalities, and they would hear thoughts, and they thought they had demons and entities in them, and 1 minute they was good and 1 minute they wasn't. And they came out with a shot back then. And it was only for the rich people because it was $50,000 back then. But it's much cheaper now, right? So this sounds like, to me, schizophrenia. But it's just a different name that God gave me. So you have to cover yourself and family severely. I mean, because if these people are out on the streets, like that man who shot his sister in the head and killed her because the parents died and left the house to all the kids, but he claimed they left it to him, and she was the one that was challenging him, so he shot her in the head and killed her. And they said he may never go to jail. He will be in a mental institution because they found out he had a disorder, right? So you could be on the streets, right, minding your business, and somebody could just come over you and start attacking you, because if they got multiple personalities, and which is probably demons, they'll tell them, go over there and get that one, right? And if you're not right with God forbid, right? So this is what we're gonna be dealing with in 2025, y'all. So hold on, I got scratched. So y'all need to start praying against this now and asking God to cover you and your family and protect you from any family members that have it, and ask God to deliver these people all around the world, but especially here, right? And God wanted me to tell y'all that Mama Ru, Holy Spirit, she is the spark of life. So if I was y'all, I would be like, thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Mama Ruach HaKodesh, that you are the spark of my life. I accept you, Holy Spirit, Ruach HaKodesh, Mother God, as my spark of life, as the wife of God and the mother of Yah. Mary was just the acting mother on the earth, but Mama Ru is the true mama, right? A false flag is coming in 2025. It might come, before, you never know. But a false flag is coming in 2025. Also, God showed me destruction coming worldwide. And I already told y'all that was going to happen. Even though next year is the year of the living and blessings for God's children, we're still going to see a lot of stuff. And a lot of things that happen next year is going to bring people to God. There's also going to be rioting. And I told y'all they was going to be toppling governments. Look at Syria. That's just the beginning. These people around the world, they're getting tired. That man, he ran to Russia. Can you imagine being 100? I heard Brother Johnny say this. He was like, can you imagine being in 120 degrees weather and then go to Russia? He even said it. He said, some people might take themselves out. And I was like, I rebuked Brother Johnny for saying that. He said, some people might take themselves out. Right? And I was like, no, he didn't say that. I rebuked him, right? But he don't know that, right? So, they found out he was living in a life of luxury while his people were starving and hungry and in war. And I'm telling you, look at Haiti. Didn't I tell you God said voodoo? God gonna wipe them off the map. Do you know they killed 180 people because of voodoo? What? Have you ever heard of that? Haiti, you in trouble by the hands of God. The only people who will be saved over there are the ones that's true to the Lord. You know why he can wipe off the map? They might have another earthquake. Like you remember that earthquake in 2011? I saw that one. Then they turned around and had another one in 2012. I saw that one. I put it on my Facebook. My old Facebook. So you might give them a notorious earthquake that will just flatten them. Because they haven't recovered from 2011 earthquake at all. That's why they're the way they are. But he may give them an earthquake that's so severe. Like look at Ukraine. It's going to take 30, 40, 50 years for them to restore all of that, if they can. So he may give Haiti an earthquake that they can never recover from. And it may kill a lot of them gangs and voodoo people. So just pray for the innocent over there. Pray that God get them out of there. You know, pray that God get your family members who are Christian and of him, if you from Haiti, out of there. And have them to start praying for mercy over there, because God knows they're going to need it. I just gave y'all that prophecy from God. And in the next day or two, 180 people were killed because of voodoo. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. And like God gave me a vision where people were just ducking and diving in 2025. Ducking and diving. I'm like, what is that? Ducking and diving from destruction. Ducking and diving from bad events. Ducking and diving from riots. Ducking and diving trying to survive. Then he showed me people on their knees, out in the street, in their houses, begging him, pleading with him, asking them to come and just take their lives over. That's how worn out people going to be in 2025. Although Donald Trump in office and he going to do a lot of good stuff, I told y'all he going to have a hard time. God said he would bring us back 50%, if anything. So y'all need to keep the president in prayer. And like in my community tab and on Facebook, y'all remember how I kept seeing Trump and DeSantis next to each other? So I thought that maybe, Trump was going to win and DeSantis be his boy, his vice president. I think DeSantis is going to be the president next. He may run against J.D. Vance, and for some reason they're going to pick DeSantis because DeSantis is a good governor. He done took Florida up out of the boondocks. Although Florida has had lots of bad weather and stuff, he did take Florida out of the boondocks. He did. And I think he did something for black people too. I'm not sure, right? So I put in my community tab, what if the reason why I saw Trump first and then I saw him next to Trump is because he the next president, because Trump can't run anymore. J.D. Vance could run against him. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll let somebody else run, right? And DeSantis... No, J.D. Vance can't run against him because isn't DeSantis what do you call him? Not Democrat, Republican. So what's going to happen is, this is my scenario. I'm not saying this is prophecy. I think that DeSantis, because he did try to run for president this time, I think he's going to run, and maybe J.D. Vance is going to want to run, and then a few others, because it'd be like 5 to 8 of them that want to run, right? And then they will narrow it down to 2, and then they narrow it down to 1. So this is just my scenario, that J.D. Vance, DeSantis, and whoever else will want to run, and DeSantis is going to win the primaries, and he's going to run for president. And he may win. This is not prophecy. This is just a scenario. Because there was a reason why I had 4 dreams and I kept telling y'all. I saw Trump and DeSantis. Trump first, then DeSantis. And it didn't happen. DeSantis did not become vice president. J.D. Vance came out of nowhere. We ain't never even heard of him before, right? And then I kept saying, so why was DeSantis? And then it just popped in my head. And I put it on the community. And then somebody left me a comment and said, what's his name? I think his last name is Black, a white guy. Oh yeah, Troy Black left me a comment. It should be under the video that he said it or made a video the same day I put it in my community tab. I don't know if he did it before or after, saying he had a vision where he saw DeSantis, the governor of Florida, being the next president. I was like, now that's not coincidental at all. That was meant by God. He saw DeSantis becoming president. I'm like, what? And I said, maybe that's why I kept seeing DeSantis next to Trump, because he's second in line. And we know JD Vance probably will run, but DeSantis will be the one they pick and he'll become president. I'm telling you, it's just a scenario. This Troy Black guy said he saw it in a vision. I'm just telling y'all, it's a scenario and it could happen. It may not happen, but it could happen, right? And I was just explaining to y'all, you know, about me having those 4 visions and seeing that happening. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, because DeSantis, he did good with Florida. He really did. He really took Florida up, right? Also, God took me back to 1988. Y'all remember in 2018, I saw 1929. How many of y'all remember that video on my old channel? And God said that things that happened in 1929 was coming back. Shoo, yeah, didn't they? So now he gave me 1988. I looked it up. I said, Google, what happened in 1988? Because God said those things were coming back. And this is what it said. Drought, AIDS, AIDS epidemic, Pan Am Flight 103 bombing, internet worm, global warming, the internet went down. And then in 1999, Oklahoma had the worst tornado outbreak in history. Then in 1999, they had Woodstock 99, where about 68 people got killed. So he had gave me 1988, but they added in 1999 for some reason. So I said, are you trying to say that these things are going to come back? And all he kept showing me was drought and disease. Drought and disease. And we might hear of a plane bombing. Y'all remember I saw planes blowing up in the sky that happened. I had a dream about, it was either United or Delta plane crashing and blowing up. And then Pat saw a Delta plane crash and blow up last year. So we need to pray against and cancel planes being blown up, you know, dropping out the sky, being blown up, a bomb, you know, or dropping out the sky and just crashing and blowing up. We need to pray against that, you know, and because a lot of us may be catching flights next year, you know what I mean? So you ask Yeshua to go before you whenever you get ready to travel, whether you're driving, you're on a train, a boat, plane, helicopter, you always ask Yeshua, Jesus, with the heavenly host to go before you and clear the path of that plane, the runway, the sky, the atmosphere, everything with the blood of Jesus, position the angels and his cosmos in the universe to watch over that plane. And everybody may be sitting on that plane but everybody will live because of you. You always do that. And with trains, when you get on a bus, you about to go outside every day, you about to go to work. You always ask God to go before you and clear the path and remove everything that Yadabaoth already did. Because trust me, while you was asleep, Yadabaoth was busy. He was busy, okay? Busy, all right? So you, and them witches and all of that work for him, busy. Marine Kingdom, busy. Busy. Oh, and also, the Lord won't let me tell you who this celebrity is, but this celebrity came into my dream, my vision, and we was in water and she was fighting me. She was like a titan, but I was bigger than her in the spirit realm. And she was fighting me and I beat the crap out of her, but I even snatched hair out of her head. She had a bald spot. I beat the crap out of her. And then in the vision, I put this white cloth around her face so she couldn't see. I blinded her and I lit her up like a tree in Times Square. I lit her up so bad she ran out of the water. And I went to go finish her. And there was an angel with me. And there was somebody with her. And the angel wound up killing the other high-ranking queen that was with her. The angel wound up killing her, right? But I had beat the other one up so bad, she flew out the water. And the next thing you know, she was going out of my door, like my actual door where I live, right? And this man, he was dark-skinned, and I was about to go out the door after her to beat her up some more. And he told me, he said, you did the damage you was meant to do. So let me take her. I said, okay. And I let him take her. So what's going to happen? You're going to hear about a celebrity. She's going down. And she's a big kahuna. And I know a girl years ago, like 5 years ago, she had a vision, same way I did. She was fighting this queen who's alive on this earth. But she's a queen in spirit. She was fighting this queen, and the queen overtook her and beat her up, right? This girl used to be on fire for God. You talk about seeing, oh my goodness. But for the past 5 years, her life is just, and no matter how much you preach to her, she won't come back to God. Whenever you see this type of queen celebrity in your dreams, she's always going to fight you in the water because her power is in the water because she's from the marine kingdom. So she's always going to fight you in the water. And if she overcomes you, your life will never be the same again. So I said, Daddy, she came to try and change my life. She came to try to harvest my soul. She came to try to take away my gifts, my anointing, whatever finances that I have are coming. He said, yes, she came to overtake you. You would have never been the same again. But because of who you are in the spirit realm, she couldn't overtake you, but she thought she could, but she couldn't. And the angel that was next to me fighting that other queen was so powerful, he killed her right there in the water. So the reason why this other queen didn't get killed, because she's going to suffer first. God is going to make her suffer before she leaves this earth. So you're going to hear about a big kahuna celebrity that's a queen in the water kingdom. She's going to go down. I mean down. She's going to be blindsided. That's why the cloth was around her. I put the cloth and blinded her. She's going to be blindsided. Blindsided. And somebody around her, close to her, is going to lose their life. Because I couldn't see who it was, but it was somebody close to her. Family, I don't know. But they're going to lose their life in the process of her going down. And the man in the vision said, you did enough damage. Let me take it from here. So that showed me that man was representing God. He said, you already did what you're supposed to do. Now I'm going to do what I got to do. And I was like, Daddy, that's a powerful queen from the marine kingdom. I said, she's powerful. She done took me. Let me tell you something. This queen is so powerful. When people go to her concerts, I know about 12 people that have gone to her concert. And after their concert, their lives went down. I have 2 family members right now, and I want them not to go to her concert because badness will come. I even prayed over her. They still went. One got evicted. They moved from one state to another. Has a temporary place to stay and don't know if they're going to be homeless after that. Don't have a job and got a car note. Can't afford to pay the car note. Then the other one, he was playing soccer or something in a college auditorium because that's where they had this birthday party at, right? He told me that something flipped his foot and pushed him into a bench. If he hadn't did like this, he might not be here today. It might have busted his head wide open. But because he did like this, and the fall was so strong, he broke his arm and shoulder in 3 places and was out of work for 6 months. And I told them both, I said, didn't I tell you not to go to that concert? And I prayed for you, but God didn't honor that prayer because y'all should have listened. Now look at you. And I could tell you, I could write a book about the other 8 people that went to that concert. And I warned them not to go. And 2 to 3 to 4 months later, darn if their life didn't change. Because when you go to her conferences, she harvests your soul. And when your soul is harvested, they take everything from you. They make you a vagabond. The Leviathan spirit gets in you, make you mental, make you desperate, can make you a murderer. Well, God's going to deal with that one. Daddy going to deal with that one. And somebody around this person is going to die. And we're going to hear about it. And then you're going to know who I was talking about because he told me not to say. Yeah. Okay, so then let me see. Did I say anything else? Okay, the Midwest is going to have a brutal storm. The Midwest. I think it's probably going to be a bad snowstorm. Like, didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all we was going to see some of the worst snowstorms we've ever seen in our life? And it done started. And that's just the beginning. You wait till January and February come. Even March is going to shock some people. So if you're in the Midwest, you better pray. Brutal storm. Some people's lives may be lost. And the bad storm came to the Midwest in 1999. Because God sure enough gave me 1988. And I hope AIDS don't go on the rise again. I think it's going to be some other kind of disease that's going to take the place of that. And pray over planes from being bombed, terror attacks, or crashing, and pray whenever you travel, right? And then I already saw tornadoes coming. And in 1999, Oklahoma had the worst tornado outbreak ever. And I just saw Ohio, and you never know. Oklahoma might get one too. You never know. Okay, so this is what people was asking me on TikTok last night about the SHIB, and I had the prophecy, but I couldn't find it for some reason, right? So I have it now. The Lord told me when I was asleep. What's today? Tuesday? I think it was Saturday when I went to sleep. I heard him as clear as day. He said, "In my sleep, they will announce a big burn for Sheba Unu. The price will skyrocket." I woke up. I said, "What? What did you just say?" And he said it again. He said, "They will announce a big burns with an S for Sheba Inu, and the price will skyrocket." I said, "That's how it's going to get to a penny. That's how it's going to get to 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, 99 cents, dollar." I don't know if it's going to do that in the same day, but in time, right? Because I kept wondering, I was like, "Daddy, did I really see those visions last year and the year before, she being a penny, then a 0.05? He said, "Yes, you did." Right? And I had asked him this like last Monday or Tuesday. And then that Saturday night I went to sleep, she wasn't even on my mind. And he said, it's clear as day. He said, "They will announce big burns with an S. For Sheba Inu, the price will skyrocket." They're going to let Sheba go. Because remember I told you 2 years ago, after we had that big run in 2021, I saw Satan feet on the sheep neck. But then I just had the vision, 2 weeks ago, where I saw sheep. It was in this pretty grass, and it was just laying on his back. It was playing. You know how dogs do. And then I saw B&B Tiger after that, sitting there. That's such a pretty little cat, like a rainbow cat. And it had B&B on his neck. So B&B is next. Sheba's going to be first, I believe, because that's what I saw in the dream. Or it could be B&B first, because B&B was sitting on the fence, and she was like rubbling in the ground. But I saw she first, right? And then remember I told you my hand was like God's hand, and this crow-looking dog, brownish oranges looking crow looking dog, was coming for Sheeb. And then I whoosh, and I said, "That's what you get for trying to kill Sheeb or come for Sheeb," something like that. I said, it's in one of my lives, right? So that hand was the hand of God, but it was my hand, but it looked like a big hand with daddy hand, right? So it may be Sheeb that go first, and then B&B, or B&B and then Sheeb, because either way, both of them have to be burnt. And B&B is on the Binance thing, so I guess Binance would have to burn it, right? But God said, it's clear as day. I'm going to repeat it again because it gives me chills when I say it. They will announce big burns with an S for Sheba Inu. The price will skyrocket. They're going to finally let Sheep go. That's why I had that vision. They're going to let Sheep go finally because they've been holding it for too long. The last time it ran was October 2021, and it made millionaires. Some of them was in my coaching. But this time, whoever, because God said a lot of people would leave, and they did, right? So whoever have it, this time, even if you got a little bit, a couple of $100, $1,000, or more, whatever you got, you're going to have some money. Even if you got a couple of hundred, and you've been holding it since it had like 6 zeros. 80, you're gonna have some money. This sheep is gonna take people out of debt. I mean, XRP has taken people out of debt. XLM too. you know, and XDC is going to. It did it last year because it just came out. It went to 18 cents, right? And Jasmine has took people out of debt when it hit the almost 5 cent. And at times, SHIB has took us some people out of debt, right? But this time, when this SHIB go, because every time I even talk about it, I get chills. This SHIB is going to change lives. It's going to take people out of debt like that. And then people are going to be using it to buy other coins that like XRP, XLM, no matter how expensive they are, and XDC, Luna, Luna 2.0, what's some other ones? Elon Musk and Rosalind and Crow with a Knife and MOG on base and on what's some other ones y'all like? Dog with a Hat, right? Modang, it's like what, 30 cent now? That thing was hitting $1 almost. And the other Modang, I sold that Modang. When it was it started crashing, I was like, I'm getting my money out of this thing. I need to go back and get it because it might pop back up again. That one Modang on the third party wallet for Coinbase, it might go back up again. So I might just go back and put like 100, 200 bucks in it and just, you know, be happy with that. Because when it looked like it was about to crash, I ran. And I'm glad I did because it crashed. And that Netcoin, I still have a little bit of that, but I sold most of it because I felt it was going to crash, and it did. And it did. That's why you got to ask God for discernment when you're dealing with crypto and stocks. So you won't lose your money. But Nutcoin is going to come back again because I asked God, I said, God, why that coin so doggone low now? That coin made a lot of people money. He said, it's coming back. And then I was like, what about the Moon Day? He said, it's coming back. That's the one on the third party wallet of Coinbase. The other one is on, does Coinbase have the Moon Day? That's 30 cent or 40 cent. I know crypto.com has it. I believe Binance has it. Phantom has it. Meta Wallet has it. But does let me go see if because I don't know if somebody told me or I had a dream. I don't know if I was dreaming or somebody physically told me that Moondane was going to be on Coinbase, not the one on the third party, the big one, right? So I can't remember if somebody told me or if I was dreaming. I can't remember. Oh, the market's not doing so good. Stuff is dropping like bananas. What's going on in the market? Is the Fed meeting this week? Or did they have it already? Because that was the only time the market really started dropping, when the Fed is about to do something. When's the Fed meeting, y'all? Is it this week? Or did they have it already? Oh, snap. They do got Moon Day. They got Moon Day, y'all. What? They got Moon Day. It's 33 cents. Oh my goodness. They got Moon Day. I saw it in a vision, or somebody told me in a vision that Coinbase was going to be carrying Moon Day. What? Wow. And that thing was almost $1. It went to like 80, 90 cents. And it's going to do it again. And you know, if Coinbase got it, it's going to hit. Because you know, when Coinbase first got Shiba INU, it took what, about a couple of weeks? They had got Shiba that September. Sometime, I think it was mid-September. I'm not sure. Y'all can look it up. And maybe like a month, 5 weeks later, Shiba INU just took off. And it made millionaires. Remember, I told y'all I had like $90,000, but I was greedy. I was waiting. And when I saw it drop down to 80, I took a half, right? And that lasted me for 3 years, right? It was good. And then the rest of it tanked. And I ain't never look at it since. I mean, you know, I ain't never messed with it since. I just left it alone. You know, but I was regretting it because I had the opportunity to get more because I was telling y'all about it and how I saw it in the vision, how it was going to skyrocket. I saw it like on a rocket, and you would think that I would have went and got more, but I didn't, because back then I was very like kind of scary about the coins. I didn't really want to invest too much in them, but I had the doggone dream, but I just didn't know when it was going to happen, you know. But I had a couple of millionaires in my coaching, and God said they would be millionaires again because they learned their lesson. You know what I mean? So if you've had SHIB with 6 zeros and 8 zeros, or you had SHIB since 2021, the last time, you guys are gonna have some money. Some people are gonna be millionaires, maybe even a billionaires, depending on how much they have. I know one guy, he got 10. What did he tell me? 10 billion? I think he told me 10 billion. So as long as he says SHIB, if SHIB go to 1 cent, let's say you got 100, what is it, 100 million, and SHIB goes to 1 cent, and you've had SHIB since it had 6 zeros and 8 zeros, you're a millionaire. If you had SHIB since 4 zeros, you might get 500 to 750,000. That's still good. So if you got like 100 million, 200, 300 million, you're an instant millionaire. If you got 100 million, it get to a penny, you're instant millionaire. If you hold out till it gets to 3 cents, 3 million. 4 cents, 4, 5. All you need is 100 million. You know, if you buy it right now, because it's very, very expensive. And it still has 4 zeros. But if you buy it now and it gets to 1 cent, you'll get anywhere from 350 to 650,000 if I'm doing the math right. Because it depends on the zeros and how long you had them. Right. So if you could get 200 million in that, that's $1 million. But if you've been holding this since 2021, y'all definitely gonna be millionaires when it hit a penny. Definitely. Even if you only got a couple of $100,000, couple of $100 worth, you'll be in the thousands. You'll be in a couple of $100,000s. You will. And even with Jasmine, if you've been holding Jazz since it was like 0.1, and when it got to almost 5 cents, it made some people millionaires, some people a couple of $100,000s, and some people thousandaires. But the next time it run up, it's probably going to run to 10 to 25 cents, because I saw that. Jasmine, 10 to 25 cents. And if you still hold it, let's say you got like 500,000 coins, and it hits like 10 cent to 25 cent, that's life-changing money. That's life-changing money. Even if you just have 1 million, Jasmine, that's still going to be life-changing for you because you've been holding it for so long. So if you buy Jasmine now, you'll still make money, but it's very expensive. You still make money, but you won't make as much as those people who was holding it when it was 0.1. And I remember 3 years ago, oh, I gotta keep it with the time. I remember 2021, it happened. The day after Thanksgiving, I was in Jersey. I was visiting, and I had told Brother Johnny and my brother Travis and one other brother that I saw Jasmine going up to $1.50, I think, or $1.25, right? And at the time, I think Jasmine was like 30 cents. Boy, it shot up within 2 hours to, when it got to $1, I was gone. I was gone. I ain't even leave that, right? I was gone. And then it went to $1.25, and I think it might have went to 150, but it didn't stay there that long. And I was like, if Jasmine could do that back then, it'll do it again. And even before that, I was making money from Jasmine. I would sell it and then go back as it would drop. I would go back and then it would take off again. I think I made money off of Jasmine like 4 or 5 times in the year of 2021. Jasmine paid some serious bills for me and took care of 2 of my kids, right? So I know the potential of that coin. So if you've been holding it since the crash started on the day, what was it, Black Friday, 2021, you've been holding it since then. Even if you only got like 100,000, couple 100,000, that's going to be life-changing money. It may not be millions of dollars for you when it hits 10 cent to 25 cent, but if you hold on to it, this not to tell you sell, hold, or buy, but if you hold on to it and just let it hit that dollar, that gonna be big money. That'd be 100 grand, you know. And Jasmine was once $4. I never had it when it was $4. I always had it when it was $1.25 to $1.50, right? But Jasmine was $4 for a long time. And I know those people made a lot of money. So Jasmine has the potential to go to $4 again. Plus, they're going to be locking up half of the supply in 2025. I heard Brother Johnny say that lots of times. And then I even heard he recorded the people that own Jasmine. I think it's an Asian coin. And he recorded this on his channel, Eyes Open Media, and he recorded it last year. So I heard it from the owner's mouth that I think they're going to lock up like 50% of it, either before this year's out, next year. So when they lock up half of it, oh my goodness, boom, just like Bitcoin going high because it's so much less of it. These rich, big people, institutions are just buying it up because they said it was only 21 million left. So it may only be maybe 15, 16 million left by now, you know. So once all the Bitcoin coins are done, and even though Bitcoin doesn't really have any utility, and XRP does, XLM, even XDC, Quant, Jasmine, you know, they have more utility than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency that was ever out. So it's always going to be dominant, and it's always going to be the la cream, and it's always going to be the premier coin. It's always going to be the premier coin. And it's probably, you know, may be the most expensive coin ever, and then there'll be other coins that follow it. Like XRP has the potential to get where Bitcoin is now, because God told me, and I told y'all, $500 a coin before the winter of next year. I'm just going to say before the winter of 2026. He showed me $500, and I sat on it for some days, and I'm like, Daddy, ain't nobody gonna believe me. He said, why not? He said, they didn't believe it when people was telling them Bitcoin was going to be $500. He said, remember a couple of years ago, you told them Bitcoin was going to be in 2017 and on, that Bitcoin was going to hit 100,000, and then it would go to 110, and then after that 150, and in between there it would hodl, and then eventually go to 200,000 and beyond. I said, yeah. He said, didn't it happen, my daughter? I said, it did. He said, didn't you tell them twice you saw Bitcoin going to 16,000? You even told him you saw it going to 15,000. He said, didn't it happen, my daughter? I said, it sure did. He said, didn't you tell him you saw Ethereum going to 4,000, then 10,000? Hasn't it happened twice? Isn't it Ethereum $4,000, my daughter? I'm like, yeah, Daddy. So yes, XRP, $500 coming before winter 2026. And people don't believe me. I'm like, Daddy, why don't they believe me? I have been so accurate when it comes to the crypto and stuff. Why don't they believe XRP? You got people out here saying XRP gonna be $10,000 a coin. You got people out here saying XRP gonna be $5,000 a coin. You got people out here saying XRP gonna be $1,000 a coin. But nobody wants to believe that little old Rosalind, the prophetess, says XRP is gonna be 500 and the XDC is gonna run up to $1. Nobody wants to believe. They didn't believe me when I saw SHIB on the rocket. It happened. They didn't believe me about Jasmine. It happened. Y'all didn't believe me when I said XRP was gonna be $2.35 before this year is out. It happened. Must I go on XRP? Hashtag XRP $500 a coin or more. That's life-changing money. All you need is like $100 of XRP. $500, $1,000. You set for life. You could retire. Like many people retiring on Bitcoin. And you're going to see ETH hit 10 grand before next year is out. I've been saying this for last couple of years. So if I say XRP going to hit $500 before 2026, or just as 2026 is coming, Daddy said it. And then the way he gave me the month, but I asked him to hold that back. I was standing in the window waiting on a delivery, and he showed me this beautiful month in white, and he put the XRP. So I even know the month, but I ain't saying because I don't like to get dates and stuff. But rest assured, if Daddy said it, it's gonna happen. I told y'all Dodge the Mars. I told y'all 3 years ago to go get some of that. Look at that coin. Look at that coin. And it's gonna pump next year. Many of y'all gonna regret not getting that coin. And y'all better, I'm telling you, crow with a knife. I'm not telling y'all to buy, sell, or hold, but I'm telling you, I had dreams about that. And I went and got me a little bit of that. Crow with a knife and that MOG on base. and Ithram. And then I warned y'all about the Pepe on base. It's doing better than the Pepe or Ithram. I know people done took some cheese. I know. And Daddy gave me that corn on a fluke. I didn't even know that corn existed. And now I see why. Y'all, I'm telling you, look, a bad idea. Didn't I tell y'all? I saw a bad idea dancing first. This was either end of last year, beginning of this year. I saw a bad idea dancing first. And then it was going past SHIB. And then I saw Shiba Inu, the dog, come and dance with it. And then Shiba Inu was trying to catch up to it like this. And then eventually the Shiba Inu caught up with it and they both blasted off. Isn't bad idea? It's not a bad idea anymore, is it? It ain't a bad idea anymore because it's flooring. And don't forget about Sheila and Sheena. They're coming too. Because I heard Brother Johnny say, and y'all know my brother Johnny's very accurate. I'm not just saying it because he's my bro. You know, he's been in my life since like 2013, I think, right? And he's very accurate. He knows the charts. And he keeps saying that because and I told y'all Shatosi was going to leave and they're gonna revamp it. And I bet you just before he leave, after he leave, that's when they're gonna start them burns with SHIB, right? So I heard Brother Johnny say that Shatosi said that they took the tree token? Yeah, I think the tree token away from him, like the dev team. And the only token that it could be is Sheila, not Sheena. Sheila. And I told Johnny, we kept this secret for a long time. Because he asked me almost a year ago what the tree token was going to be. And I told him that I saw Sheila. But I told him not to tell anybody. And he didn't. So this is the first time me saying it outside of him. And I told him I believe it's going to be Sheila. And I heard him say on his Patreon that Shatoshi said they took the tree token from him. And Johnny said the only token that could be the tree token is Sheila. And then, now that's just in his Patreon group. He's never said it out loud because God swore him to secrecy. But the Lord has let me release it. So now he'll probably talk about it more, right? And I noticed before he said that the Sheila token started inching up a little. And then after he said it, it started inching up a little more. And it's still inching up a little more. So the Sheila token was supposed to be the tree token. But he said, Shatoshi said, they took it from him. The dev team, whoever it was, they took it from him. And it can't be Sheba. So it either has to be Sheila or Sheena. And I saw Sheila and I told him, I said, God showed me Sheila. I asked him and all he showed me was Sheila in white letters. So I took it as that was the tree token. And I swore him to secrecy over a year ago. He never mentioned it. It's a lot of stuff I've told Brother Johnny that God said, and he was sworn to secrecy. Me too. And I couldn't say it neither. So for all of you, I'm not telling y'all to sell over buy, but the Sheila token to me is the tree token because that's what I saw a year ago. But Sheena is going to do well too. You remember Maria Conwell? I think that's her name. She said God said take money from Sheena to buy Sheba. But what if it's in the opposite? Because that can happen. What if you are supposed to take money from Sheba and buy Sheena? Because in my opinion, because God said they're going to be massive burns on Sheba, I believe Sheba may take off before Sheena. And then you could take some Sheba, and buy you Sheena because Sheena's next. Because sometimes when you dream things, it could be in the opposite. So she saw God said take money from Sheena. But what if it's the opposite? Now, I'm not saying Sheena can't surpass She before the burns, because she sure could, because Sheena was up there at one point, and so was Sheila up there at one point. They both were surpassing She. So there's a chance that what Maria Conwell said is that Sheena could pass She before they start the burns. But if they start the burns first, then She was probably going to surpass Sheena. And then you take Sheba and buy Sheena. But Sheena still could surpass SHIB before the burns starting next year, because we don't know when they're going to start them, right? So just be checking the both of them, Sheena and SHIB and Sheila, because I saw Sheila as a tree token, but I couldn't say anything. That's why, remember I had that vision like 2 years ago, and I saw Sheila taking off, and it made people some filet mignon, some ribeye, some cheddar cheese, and then all of a sudden, they tell you they're about to revamp the coin and name it something else, and to send whatever coins you have to them. And then when the new coins come out, they're going to give it to you. They never did it. They never changed the name. All them people sent their coins and never got no new coins. And here we is 2.5 years later, and it's still called Sheila. And Satoshi said they took the tree token from him. It's either Sheila or Sheena. So I'm not telling you to sell, hold, or buy, but I am telling you to watch those coins. It's going to be either one of them. They may not even announce the tree token anymore, but that's okay. But either one of them, both of them are going to skyrocket eventually. I don't know if it's 2025 or after, but eventually they're going to skyrocket. And Maria Conwell, she saw this vision. First, she saw Sheena coming out, and then I had a vision right after that, and the Sheena I saw was SHEENA, and it sure enough came out, and it was a rug pull. TC told me to get my money out because TC was talking to the Asian man that created it, and TC, he said, Rosalind, get your money out. He about the rug pull. Me and TC got our money out, and I told other people, and they got their money out. Sure enough, he rug pulled it. But it's still there, because once the coin is built on a blockchain, they can't delete it. It's going to always be on the blockchain. It just won't have no liquidity. You know what I mean? And then they can always come back and restart it again, but who going to trust them after a rug pull? You know what I mean? Right, so it's always going to be there. So if you go look for SHEENA, it's still going to be there, because once it's on the blockchain, they can't remove it because it's embedded in the blockchain. Yeah, I learned that from Daddy. Go Rosalind, right? So the one I saw turned out to be a rug pull. I was like, that's messed up, Daddy. But the one Maria Conwell saw, it actually came, it really came out. And we see that today. And it was worth a lot of money before the crash came. And so Sheila, because they was asking me about Sheila and Sheena last night. And the Lord told me that those two coins would be vibrant again. Right, and AI bad idea is going to go off, because I saw it dancing first, and it was out dancing SHIB. Then SHIB caught up to it, and they both went off. Right, so keep your eyes on SHIB, bad idea, Sheila, Sheena, Jasmine, XRP, XDC, XLM, Quant. I even saw Solana hitting $2,500. It's only $200 now. I saw Solana. Something gonna happen with Solana. Either ETF gonna come out, or they're gonna build something in their blockchain, and it's gonna make Solana take off to 2,500 smackaroos. And it's only 200 and something right now, right? And then watch the Luna Classic, Luna 2.0, Dogeland, Elon, the Elon with the big face. And Crow with a knife, MOG or ETH, MOG on base, Pepe on base, Pepe on ETH. And what's the other ones, Daddy? I saw a coin. I think it exists. Hold on. Because I think I only put a little bit in it. That's just me, y'all. Y'all don't have to be like me putting just a little bit in. If you got a lot of money and you want to go all in, that's your thing. Even if I had a lot of money like some of y'all, I still wouldn't be going all in on these coins. Let me see where it was, because I saw it in a vision. Like, I don't always come on here and tell you all these coins I'll be seeing, because sometimes God said they're just for me. Like, I have a few that's just for me. He didn't want me to share. Yeah, I saw this coin, XYO. Never heard of it before. So I went on Coinbase, because that's the first place I go to look. Because if it's on there, I know it's cool, right? And it's called XYO, and how much is it worth right now? It has 0.02510. So what is that? 2.5 cents? I'm trying to learn how to read these things, right? And I'm trying to learn how to read charts. It ain't easy. So it's called XYO. And then I saw, remember the Uno game? I kept seeing Uno game. I'm like, what the world? So I went and looked it up. And sure enough, it's on Corebase. It's spelled ONDO. Remember the Uno game? How many of y'all remember the Uno game? Because I had the Uno game when I was a kid. And that's a dollar. Is that right? $1.89. So it's a little expensive. But you know, get you like $100. I saw that coin being real high. I saw XYO. I didn't see the amount that they went to, but they was on a rocket. And whenever I see coins on a rocket, I know it's about to skyrocket. Right? So it was XYO and Uno, ONDO. Right? So I'm sharing those, but I can't share the other ones because they were just for me. Right? So if you got big money, go ahead. You got little money, go ahead. Pray to God. Not financial advice, just saying. Oh, I got some people who donated. Myra, thank you. Hold on. Myra Reed, Danny, Deborah, and Ann. Thank you guys for your donations. Ooh, somebody just said to me they're holding 5 billion. What are they holding? That's 5 billion. XCN. Damn. Can you imagine 5 billion? That sucker go back to, what is it, 2 cents? That doggone XCN go to 5 cents, 10 cents, and 18 cents like it did last year. He rich. Watch this. I'm going to put in the comments. Don't forget me. Don't forget me. He put it in the comments under the XCN video. Don't forget me at all. LOL. Be blessed. 5 billion, man. All he got to do, I'm sure he got a bunch of money already. He just hodling it. He probably took some cheddar. But if that coin, when that coin get to 3 to 5 cents, 18 cents, man, I'm going to be looking for him. Definitely going to be looking for him because I just told him, don't forget me. Don't none of y'all forget me when y'all get rich off these coins. Y'all better come back. Don't be like the lepers in the Bible. Only one came back. Y'all better come back. Because if y'all come back and give, that's going to seal your money. You ain't going to lose it. What? 5 billion? I can't even imagine having 5 billion coins. How much is that? How much money do you have to spend to get 5 billion coins? Thank you, Linda. Does anybody know how much you have to spend to get 5 billion coins? That's a lot of coins. You be set for life. You can retire. You ain't got to worry again. But the issue is, where you put it at? I mean, where you gonna put that kind of money? I guess you could leave it in SUD, right? Or USD or USDC. You could leave some of it there. If you have like a crypto debit card, you can always put it someone there, and then you can increment some to the bank once a week or once every other week. Go and have a talk with your bank. Be like, look, I just came in $5 million worth of crypto. Am I going to have a problem with y'all? Oh, no. But just know this. The banks don't even keep $20,000 in the banks anymore. I got a friend that worked in the bank. He worked for, well, I ain't going to say where he worked, but he worked in the bank, and he told me, he said they don't even keep $20,000 in the bank anymore on an average day. He says sometimes they might have 20, 30, 40, 50,000. And then I was like, well, can a person, let's say they got $1 million in their account and they want to take 200 grand. I said, can they call? He was like, nope. I said, so then how do they get that money? He said, well, whatever cash we have, we'll give it to them and give them a cashier check so they can go to another bank. So they could go, oh, my thing fell off. So they could go to another bank and cash it there. I said, what? He said, because that particular bank had too many robberies. I said, so why don't y'all get the glass? Like, some of the banks have the glass. He was like, I don't know. I said, because if y'all get the glass, they ain't gonna be able to get behind there, right? He was like, yeah. I said, so y'all should get the glass. And he said, yeah, we'll give him whatever cash we have. And I'm like, if y'all get him all the cash you had, what about the other people? He said, no, we have a reserve in the vault, maybe like 10, 20 grand more for normal people. Then he was telling me most of the rich, because this is a rich bank. He said most of the people that have bank accounts don't even know how much money they got in their bank accounts. I'm like, what? He said millions of dollars in their bank accounts, and they don't even know. They have to come and ask. And he said a lot of them don't even handle their money. Their assistants come in and get the money for them. They put the assistant's signature on there. So I said, bump that. I said, ain't nobody, I wouldn't care if I had $10 million. Nobody's getting access to that but me and my boo, my husband. Sorry, you ain't getting. Look, if I was in Timbuktu and I needed some money, I'll find me a bank to get me some money. So anyway, I wouldn't be caught out there like that. I would take enough cash, because I think you're allowed $10,000 to fly with you. I mean, if you, well, more, but if you have $10,000 or more, you have to declare it. If you don't declare it and they catch it, they can seize it, right? So if I went anywhere like Timbuktu, I would have me enough money to take care of me while I'm in Timbuktu and then some. So I wouldn't need no accountant to go on my bank account. Of course, you would have to have an accountant with $10 million or more. Shoot, $5 million, right? Maybe $3 million, maybe $2 million. But they don't have to have access to your bank account. And you don't have to let your assistants know. Because he told me, he said, these rich people don't even have a clue how much money, Rosalind, they have in their bank account. So that means your assistant, your accountant, everybody taking cheddar. How many rich people and celebrities became poor because their accountants and their assistants took their money? Ain't nobody having access to my money. I'm sorry. If anything needs to be done, it will wait till I come back or when I'm not preaching. But I will have an accountant, because you need an accountant, because the bigger your ministry get, you need an accountant to keep things on the books for you for IRS. As long as you can handle it yourself, that's fine. But when you get bigger, you do need to allow the accountant to see the ministry's financial statements and stuff like that, and see where the money was allotted and where it went. They can do that, but they don't need access to your money. None of your assistants need access to your money. Anything happen, y'all will wait for me and my boo to come back. Sorry. I wouldn't care if it was $100 million. No way. And he was like telling me, they don't even know how much money they got in their account, Rosalind. And they people be stealing from them left and right. I'm like, He was telling me how these rich people give these assistants and accountants signature rights to write a check if need. I said, check? They still got checks out? He was like, yeah. Or if they want to come and get a cashier's check, they got the right to do. I'm like, oh, heck no. That's just too much fingers in your money. Too much fingers in your money. I've already accounted God is good. Yes, he is. The banks invest your money. They sure do. That's why I don't have it. They're always investing your money. And guess what? They make a lot of money off of your money. Even if you just keep $1,000 in the bank or $500, you know they making that and more off of your money. They ain't giving you a dime. They giving you that little bit. What, 1%? What's that? Or 0.5%. And they getting rich off of your money. That's if you got millions of dollars in the bank or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Oh my goodness. And you ain't getting not near penny, but a little percentage. That's it. That's what happened to that NBA. Yeah, he had 100 million, right? Was it 100 million or 50 million? And his accountant took all of it. And she went to prison, but guess what? She ain't had none of the money to get back to him. Oh, Lord. And I was reading this article on Reddit the other day. This man had $6 million in Bitcoin. He hadn't checked it in a year. He went in it. He got something, it's called phishing. Let me tell you something. If y'all get emails from your Coinbase, your Uphold, whatever you got, don't click on them suckers. Just go to Uphold, Coinbase, Binance, whatever, and see what's there. Because they can send you emails that look just like Coinbase. And you click on it. Like it'll say your balance has been made higher. Or so-and-so this, so-and-so that. And you don't think about it, you just click on it. Don't do that. Go to the actual platform itself and see what they talking about. This man, he clicked on it. It looked like Coinbase. Clicked on it. It said he needed to put his seed fee in. How many times does Coinbase tell you they'll never ask you to put your seed fee in on their platform or their customer service or through a text? He did it anyway because it said he had to put his seed fee in to get rewards because of his Bitcoin amount, and he did it. They took $6 million from him, and they had the audacity to go on X and brag about it and show $2.5 million, right? And so the man, somebody gave him bad advice and told him to shut down his X account. He went to this lawyer that's known to give people money back, but because he shut down his X account, that made the guy who stole from him shut down his X account, and they traced his money to somewhere, but the guy had deleted something, and the man wasn't able to get his money back. $6 million in Bitcoin, and you click on something because you want to collect some rewards. Bumper reward, $6 million. I wouldn't care if the reward was a $500. I wouldn't care. You can keep it. I got $6 million, and you asked me for my seed? No, boo. See, that was greed that cost him. And then Coinbase responded to him. Now, see, if he would have had this, it's called one something. It's $29 a month. They give you back up to $1 million. So he could have got back $1 million, but he didn't even have that. And he had Chase's account for a year. How many Bitcoins is that? $6 million? Let's see. Bitcoin's 100,000. So it had to be, 60 Bitcoins? And you ain't checked on it in a year? And it's all over the news how Bitcoin is just... Bump that, man. The moment Bitcoin started skyrocketing, I would have been on it. Heck, I would have took it. It wouldn't even have made 100,000 in my book. If I would have saw 50, 60, gone. I might have left 1 or 2 to save face. Ain't no way. If you go on Reddit, you will hear the horror stories of these rich men investing very little years ago, and don't check the account. Come back with millions of dollars. They get these things and they click on it and they get wiped out. One man said he was crying. He got wiped out $1 million. He was crying. And there's this man that could get your money back, but it depends, if you don't delete this and delete that. Can you imagine $6 million? His life is never going to be the same. And see, if you're greedy, that's how they get you. Don't be greedy. Don't be hitting on them MFTs. Don't be hitting on these free coins they give you. Don't be trying to go for these rewards. Let them go, especially if you don't have the coin they're trying to give you the reward to, because they do that. Don't do it. Don't let the greed index get you. Don't do it. Because what they do is these hackers, because I learned this. Anybody could see a wallet. Let's say you got a wallet of SHIB on Coinbase, or you got a wallet of Bitcoin, or you got a wallet of AI on third-party wallet, right? They're so professional, they can go through the wallets. Because like when you buy coins, like if you go to, coinmarket.com, right? You could scroll down and see how many people buying the coins and what exchange they're buying it from. And their wallet is right there. And it shows you how much they bought. These hackers can take your wallet and trace your wallet. Every time you make a transaction, they know it. And once your wallet gets to maybe 50 grand, 100 grand, a couple of million, they'll start sending you free coins or free NFTs or free rewards that you got to click on, or fictitious links to Coinbase or whatever. Say something happened on your Coinbase or your wallet. Somebody tried to hack you, whatever the case is. No, you go directly to your wallet. You don't click that. Because they're watching you and they see how much money you're accumulating. And once it gets to a certain amount, they start phishing you. And they can even get your emails. I don't know how they can get your emails, but they can get your emails. They phishing, right? And it could look just like Coinbase. It could look just like Uphold. And you can't blame these platforms because they're doing all they can to protect people. But when you clicking on stuff, you at your own risk. When you give somebody your seed phase, you at your own risk. When you're being greedy, you at your own risk. If I was anybody, I wouldn't click on nothing. I wouldn't care. Even if it was legitimately from Coinbase, you would go on your Coinbase and it would be there if it's from them. I'm trying to tell y'all, I done seen some horror stories on that Reddit. And even some of y'all have came to me and said, Apostle, I clicked on the link and lost all of my crypto, Apostle. I tried to transfer. One guy tried to transfer his money from his Telegram, 5 Bitcoins. He lost them. Then another one, it transferred to his Telegram card and it disappeared an hour later. My brother in the Lord was on TikTok last night. He said he clicked on something that was offering him coins, and he woke up the next day and all his coins was gone. I've been telling y'all for 4 or 5 years, stop doing it. Stop being greedy. If it's for you, then it'll be on the platform. When you go there, it'll be there. If it ain't there, don't do that. If Coinbase, you get a Coinbase saying, oh, your money just went up $5,000, then go and check. Don't click the link, go and check. Or if it says somebody tried to hack you, go to the actual place. Don't click the link. And I warned y'all a couple of weeks ago, Daddy said we was going to see some of the most severe hacking in history when this Super Bull run come. Because people still going to be greedy. They still going to be clicking on links. And then you got these gurus on here telling you, get the Tangent wallet, get this wallet, take your money off of Coinbase. Let me tell you something. Where was all these wallets back in 2015, 2013, 2016, and even 2017? Where was all these cold wallets and hot wallets then? Didn't everybody leave their money on the platform? It still ain't your money. Even if you transfer it to one of these things, it's not your money. Guess what? You're just hollering it. Because when the coins go up, guess what? In order for you to get flat currency, don't you got to transfer it back to the very platform you took it off to get your money? So it still ain't yours. If you ain't got the keys, it still ain't yours. Just because you got it on a wallet or this, still ain't yours. Because how you going to cash it out? You got to go back to the very platform you took it from to get flat currency. So don't be listening to these gurus, because you know they get commission. When they tell you to get this hot wallet, this flat wallet, they get commission off of that. I cannot tell you how many people told me they tried to transfer stuff to these things and they lost it. Never showed up. And then when you take the risk, when the coin goes up and you're trying to use it to transfer it back to the platform, you could lose it then. So just leave it on the platform. That's just for me. And just trust God. Ask God to cover all your apps, your phones, your cell phones, your home phones, your computers, your laptop, your watches, anything that could be hacked. Ask God to cover it with his secret prayer and the blood of Yeshua Jesus and help you to not be tempted to click on anything you should not click on. Because they're tracking you. Once your wallet get past like 10,000, 20,000, they're tracking you. And they're watching you every time you buy something. And they're accumulating, watching you. And when you get to a certain point, they're going to come for you to try and get your money. And God said it was going to be some of the worst scammings in history when this bull run really takes off. And don't think they don't listen to us. I done blocked about 30 different scammers. Coming under my videos talking about, oh, what you talked about was wonderful, but can you tell me about SafePal? Can you tell me how to get back in my wallet? Scammers. So they're already watching us. Y'all put comments in here. I bought 5 billion this and then they see that. And they will try to find a way to get you. So even ask God to cover your comments from hackers. Blind the hackers from seeing your comments. Blind the hackers from tracing your wallets. Blind the hackers from sending you phishing things and rewards and free this. Don't ask God. And the moment they send you something, it's okay to click on it because you got to go to the top thing on Coinbase and stuff and report it to them. But as long as you don't click to swap or to buy it, but the EFTs, don't click on them at all. Don't. It's the coins. Let's say you go to your Coinbase or Uphold, whatever, or your third-party wallets, and you see somebody that sent you 2,000 coins. You would click on that coin, and somewhere to the right or to the left, there's a button. You will push it, report, and hide. And then it will be reported to the platform, and they'll hide it, and you'll never see it again. But don't convert it. Don't swap it. Don't send. Don't cash nothing. And them MFTs, don't click on them, period. Just look at them and keep it moving. Because the MFTs, the moment you click on them, them EFTs, oh, you can't click on them. You cannot click on them. Okay, I gotta go. I manage 4 bank accounts for a nonprofit and the CFO and administration assistant to be CEO. Yeah, if you give them that right. Yeah, like CEO, those nonprofits, they do. And they be stealing because nobody's keeping up with the money. That's, yeah. King Yeshua had an account. Sure did. He still do. Accountants should have much integrity. A lot of them don't. I don't agree with Oprah, but she did say, sign your own checks. Yep, and she's worth $4 billion. That makes me sick. I've been doing your prayers in your book. I said, whoa, this woman is anointed straight fire. God bless you. Glory to God. Oh my goodness, trying to get a little reward and sitting on 6 mil. Baby, you got 6 mil. Leave them rewards alone. Unless you know, right? Unless you really, really know. And what you do is you just go to your platform. Because any rewards, let me tell you, Coinbase, Uphold, all of them. Even if with Binance, you could go to their platform in your personal account. And if you got any rewards, it'll be there. Now the third-party apps like what is it? Coinbase app, Meta Wallet, Phantom, what they got? Magic Eaton. They got so many of them. Lobster. I heard Brother Johnny talk about Lobster Wallet, right? If you get coins in them, they have a thing like in Phantom, they have a thing. You would click on the coin, then you would see 3 little dots and it would say more. Click on that and then say report and hide. So you will hide it. You'll never see it again. And it will be reported to them so they can know about it and do something about it. And I think Coinbase wallet is the same thing. You click on the coin and then up at the top, it's the same thing. Right? So that's how you would report and get rid of that. Any EFTs, I would not recommend you clicking on them. If you got an EFT, then don't click the email. Go to your wallet. And even in your wallet, they'll send you tons of EFTs and you don't even have these coins. So if you don't have these coins, why are they sending them to you? If you don't have these coins, then they shouldn't have no record of your wallet with that coin. So that's how you know it's phishing and they're trying to scam you. And you click on it, they're going to take everything you got because they're watching your wallet. And if you got 6 mil, 5 mil, whatever you got, and they say you got rewards, if it's not like officially from a coin that you really have, and it's not officially from the place with your coins, I wouldn't click on it. I wouldn't, because greed will get you every time. Or you could pick up like some of these like Coinbase. You could either call or text support. It may take them a while, but you can ask them if they sent it, and they should be able to tell you. It might take a while because things are slow now, but they should be able to tell you. Don't be greedy. Don't risk your investments. Don't do it. That man lost 6 million. The other one lost 1.5 million. I seen one, he lost a couple of thousand. I seen one, he lost 10,000. I said, go to Reddit. You'll see it. Go to Reddit and put in crypto losses. And Coinbase, all of them, they always will answer these people back and tell them, don't give your seed phrase away. Don't click on this. Don't click on that. If you get an email from us, go to the platform itself. They will tell you that. They will tell you that. They'll tell you never give out your seed phrase, and put 2-step solution on it, because they might figure out your email that you use on these platforms, and then they can find out your password by hacking you. But if you got the 2-step solution, they can't get it. Every time you try to send money to your bank, you got to put in either the pesky on your phone, or you go to the authenticator and get the 6-digit code and you put it in, then they'll release your money. If they can't get a hold to that or your pesky on your phone, then they won't be able to do it. Even if they get your phone, Make sure you got a lock on your phone, either biometrics with your thumb or one of your fingers, or a 4 to 8 digit code on your phone. So you lose your phone or somebody stole your phone, they can't get in it because you locked it. And you'll have time to call, like, and another thing, they going through the T-Mobiles and Xfinities and persuading them that it's you and it's not. Call Xfinity and tell them never to do an SMS swap, and put a 4 to 8 digit code. Every time you call, you have to get his code. If you don't get his code, you cannot get in. That will stop them from SIM swapping your phone number. They use the SMM. They'll call and pretend it's you and switch it over to another number, and they wipe your phone out. And you can't even get in your phone. So you call your phone carrier and tell them never do a SMF switch. And you want to put a private protection passcode. So whenever you call, you have to get that code. So if anybody else call, like your kids, anybody, they won't be able to get in it. And they have to honor it. So that's how you keep your phone safe. You know, another thing, if your bank, you see, they're phishing. They don't know you got a Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. They phishing, right? And they get your number from you buying stuff. And they send you, oh, this is Chase. Is this you that took $3,000? Now look, if you was just trying to make a $3,000 transaction and it didn't go through, and then Chase immediately hit you up, that's Chase. But if you know you ain't just did no transaction, and Chase, so-called Chase, is hitting you up saying, did you just do a $3,000 transaction? And if you put yes, they're going to call you, and it's going to seem like it's from Chase Bank, and they're going to wipe you out. They're going to wipe your bank account out. One lady, they got in her account and transferred $2 million in 3 increments, and Chase would not honor it because it came from a verified text. She had to go to Channel 2 News down here, and Chase gave her back her $2 million. The banks don't even want to honor it. And they know these scammers are doing it. And you got to go to the news to get your money back. So don't answer those things unless you know you just did it. If they send you saying you got a package from the post office and you know you ain't got no package, don't click on it. Even if you do, go to the post office or call them. Ask your local mail lady or mailman the direct number to the post office, and they have to give it to you, because I did it. They have to give it to you. So if there's any problems, you'll be able to call the post office. You won't have to call the 800 number and get lost in the sauce. You have to do your due diligence. You have to stay up on your investments, your bank account, your money, your life, because there's always somebody Satan is sending to steal it from you and take it from you and leave you devastated. Like, and then another guy, oh yeah, Daddy remember, another guy, he had $1 million in XRP. It got stolen. He was hurt. But you know what he said? He said, I'm halfway there. I'm getting my $1 million XRP back. So that means he got money from the get-go. Right? So most of these people that they're stealing from is people that got money. And they ain't a God. You know? All right, what time is it? I got late. 2 minutes. Yeah, but I know, go read on Reddit. It was a couple of them that had the Tangent wallets. They sent their money there and it never showed up. Then one guy got his money and lost it. So be careful. Nobody is the best. All things have flaws. All things have mechanical problems. All things have errors, including humans. Never put your trust in anything and say it's the best. The only thing that the best is God and the Holy Spirit is you. That's the only thing that's best. Everything else that's made by the hands of man is subject to be faulty. A lot of newbies are going to get, a lot of newbies are going to get wrecked. They are. Yes, I manage. Okay. What kind of warranty do they have? It's called the One Base. You pay $29 a month, and they guarantee you up to $1 million. So if you have $1 million of crypto loss, they'll give it to you. If you got 20,000, they'll give it to you. They take it out of your account $29. And you're able to call. If not call, you're able to have a special support that will answer you quickly. On my Cash App is $ Yahweh, YAHUAH Elohim, ELOHIM. So $ Yahweh Elohim. Get mobile security on your phone. Yeah, that's true. And you need to get like what's their name? Let's start with it. And Norton, one of those little things, security things on your phone. It's gonna cost you $30-$40 a month, but it's worth it. Or get a malware protector, a VPN. What else? Even when you go into your Play Store, now they're gonna make you put in codes and stuff, or your pesky or your phone lock code, because they even trying to protect you because of so much scamming. Just get something on your phone and lock your phone. Put a 4-digit, 8-digit that you're going to remember. Write it down and put it somewhere and lock your phone. And your C phrases, you can write them down, or you could take a picture of it on the phone that you don't have like TikTok on, YouTube, Facebook, because they spy on you. And what I do is, whenever I get off of these platforms, I take their permission away. Especially TikTok. I take their permission away. And then when I'm ready to go back on them, I just go in and put the permission back. I know it's work, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Because you don't know who is spying in your thing. And when you get ready to download these apps, read them, because a lot of them will tell you what they look at. It'll say they look at your ID, your personal info, your financial info, and you see that. Don't be downloading them apps, because they really do look at that stuff unless you block them. You can block them and just leave on notifications, and they can't see, because you don't know what. And the reason why I don't trust TikTok too much, because they in another country. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta protect your phone. And then you be like, Father, these apps that I have to use, TikTok, YouTube, stuff like that, while I'm on them or after them, please cover my stuff. Please don't let anybody get in my phone and rob me and do stuff. You have to pray these things to God. He will honor you. You have His eyes everywhere, guys. Even when you're on the internet, they're watching you. When you're on these TikToks and YouTubes, the people who work there, they're watching you. And they're hanging on every word you say. They might even be recording it, typing it, reporting it to who knows who, So it's eyes everywhere now. So you just have to be careful and ask God to blind those eyes spiritually and physically if need be. You know what I'm saying? To protect yourself. All right. So I got to go. Being in the military, Air Force, you need protection. You sure do. I'm trying to buy a cold wallet. Okay, just pray over your cold wallets. Any wallets you buy, hot, whatever you call them, pray and ask God if that's what you should do. And if He say yeah, ask Him to protect it. If He say no, don't do it. Because there was no wallets years ago, and everybody was on these platforms, and things didn't happen the way they happen. So trust in God. He is the biggest Telegram card. He is the biggest hot wallet. He is the biggest cold wallet. He is the biggest one and the best one that can protect you. Man-made stuff will always be faulty. God will never be faulty. All right, so I gotta go. So I love you guys. See you later. Shalom.